Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. My name is Matt, and today we're going to take a look at the Honda S2000, and we're going to see if this car is a viable option in terms of doing some track racing, some road racing, and yeah, it's not something that you see too frequently being used online and in the races and also on YouTube. So yeah, I thought I'd put together a race build. And obviously you can see by the paint job that's on the car, I've took a lot of inspiration from the first Fast and Furious film, which happens to be my favourite film. And yeah, we're going to use TRAN'S S2000. I've tried my best to replicate the build in terms of the styling and the livery on the car. So yeah, we'll just sort of walk through the car, see what I've got on it, and yeah, we'll find out if it's any good. So I'll walk you through some of the performance parts. So within the engine components, I've got Elite Plus everything apart from the turbo setup. So some of you might question the turbo setup on this car, but I've had to go for it because it gives me the best power. It takes the car up to a much higher level. So I've actually gone for the screw supercharger, which takes the car up to 382, and I kept with the 2 litre inline 4. Obviously I've done an engine swap and I've gone for the forged engine rather than just keeping a stock, but this is the stock engine. It's just got the forged internals in the car. So it's currently making 830 horsepower, and you can obviously see it's got a lot of torque, 532 foot-pound of torque, and the car's pretty quick off the line as well, with a 0 to 60 of 2.3 seconds and a top speed of 233. Those stats look pretty good to me, but just something that I've noticed in the game when you're building out cars, I feel like the top speed always ends up being thereabouts with 230, 220. They all seem to climb up to 220, 230 quite easy. That's just something I've noticed in the game anyway. I just don't really see the point of going for one 15-pound of knots. I just don't really see the point of that. Like, at least when you've got the 3 pounds, you can just sort of choose to use the NOS when you feel like using it. It doesn't make sense to me. I've got the Super Track suspension. Obviously, it's going to help with the car's handling on the circuits. Obviously, you've got the Elite brakes and then track tyres, which helps with the grip and the 0 to 60 and the handling of the car. And yeah, I've got Elite Plus clutch, 7-speed gearbox. You can go with the 8-speed and get high top speed, but it's only 0.2, but you lose out on the 0 to 60, so I don't really see the benefit there. I mean, I don't actually gain any speed, even though it tells me it does. It does, so I don't really see the point in that. Super Track differential, and I have got the repair kit and the damage reduction on the auxiliary. Now, I'll just sort of go through some of the customization features and some of the parts I've installed on the car. So I've gone for some interesting wheels actually. So I've gone for the Vorsteiner VTM 351s. From what I can remember in the film, it's something similar to this, but I just thought it suits the characteristics of this car anyway, so I just sort of gone with those. And I put front canals on the car, J's Racing. Just makes it look super aggressive. And yeah, this should be a J's Racing front bumper, again really clean, makes it look a bit wider when you put the wider arches on. J's Racing hood, J's Racing wide body fender, and then J's Racing side skirts and J's Racing rear fenders. Now obviously it's just a pretty much full J's Racing build at this point, apart from the wing. Oh no, I correct myself, I've gone for the bigger the J's Racing wings, but I'm very tempted to put a slightly bigger wing. I'm going to go for the APR Performance wing. APR Performance wing, yes, that's what I'm going to say. Right, okay, so it's near enough a J's Racing. Obviously no diffuser on the car, Speed Hunter's exhaust, just huge tips on the back, and I have actually gone for the roof option. So I've gone for the Cybon roof option rather than keeping with the Honda. I just think this one looks a bit nicer. I just think the car looks like, I don't know, I just like that it slightly extends it a little bit. I don't know, that's just personal preference. And obviously we've dropped it, but we've not slammed it to the ground. Just personal taste. I don't like cars that are slammed too much. It just doesn't look quite right. And I like that the wheels are fairly squared. I mean, there's a tiny bit of camber in the front because we've got the track suspension on there. But not that it would have any, you know, effect on the way the car performs in the actual races. And yeah, we'll just sort of give you a bit of a sound clip so you can hear what this car sounds like. It doesn't really sound right with a supercharger, but it just gives us the best rating for the car, and it gives us a good power delivery with the screw supercharger, and it's the only Ultimate Plus part I can get at this point in time. I haven't completed the high heat races yet, so I might do a video where I complete the high heat races, and then yeah, we'll see what sort of car we can do that with. Obviously, you can see in the background I've got an F40, RSR P1, 458. I've got a lot of cars in the garage. As you can see, I can swap it with 58 cars, so I might surprise you with something in the next video. So yeah, just stay tuned for that. But yeah, cars are 382, making lots of power, lots of torque. 0-60 is good. I've got high hopes for this car, and yeah, let's get into some live gameplay and test it out and see if it's any good. Okay, so we're going to enter this race. It's called Aerion. Obviously you can see on the map that it's got quite a few straights, and then it's got some tighter turns in there. This should be a good baseline sort of test of the car, see if it's any good. It's not the most versatile track in the world, but obviously we can see what the car's handling is like when we come to some tighter corners, and see how good it is on reeling those AI cars in. So yeah, let's head on over to the race and see how she performs. This is one thing I must give EA credit for. I do think that the transition from going from the garage to the to daylight, going out into the real world, I think it's a really nice transition, and you got to give them credit for that. Okay, so we'll just do a bit of live tuning before we go anywhere. So let's just take a look at this. So usually when I'm racing, doesn't really matter if it's road track racing or drifting, I usually have my steering sensitivity turned up quite high, and obviously for this race we want a little bit of downforce. We'll leave traction control off. I just think you have too many problems with having it on, and obviously we have the drift style as the gas. So yeah, we'll just head on over to the race, and yeah, I'd be very interested to see what this car's like and what sort of lead we can put on it. Okay, so we're at the race, and yeah, I've got high expectations for this car. I'm just driving on the way here, just trying to get a feel for the car. It feels very light on its feet. The cornering abilities on this car seem very good. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to see how this car performs. Let's go. Bunch of Lamborghinis. What else have we got in there? We've got a Vulcan, Murcielago. Let's go. Let's see what this car can do. This car is great in the corners. It just feels great already. This car is fast. Let's go. Let's go, let's go. This has very similar characteristics to the RSR in some ways. It feels very light on its feet, and it obviously doesn't pull as hard as the RSR, but it pulls pretty well. Considering it's got Elite Plus parts and just one Ultimate part of it, it's reeling the gears in quite easily. It's pulling through all the gears nice and strong. Just nos it around that corner, just give it a bit of a boost. Car feels very good. The car that was in second place was the Pagani Huayra, and it is nowhere to be seen. Oh, it's a bit slidey. Nice corner, nice corner. Nice. It just feels like it hooks it very, very well. It just hooks the corners very well. It feels very stable. Just a tap there on the wall. Let's go, one more lap to go, let's go. That was a terrible turn, that was awful. Yeah, I just braked a bit too late there. This car is good, this car feels good. I mean, it's almost lapped one of the worst Lamborghinis. Obviously that's not an amazing achievement to lap a Lamborghini, but I mean, the car felt very light and very stable. It was very sharp on the cornering, in my opinion. Yeah, this is basically the Japanese RSR. I mean, not really any other way to put it. The car just felt amazing. I'd like to know what this car is like on the drift trials, because it started sliding out on some of the corners. It sort of broke its tail a little bit loose. So yeah, I'd like to see if we did a drift build on this car and if it's any good at drifting. Would I recommend this car for track and race and road use for some of the events? I probably would recommend it. It feels like it's a Japanese RSR. It's just so light and it pulls through all the gears. And this is only on Elite Plus parts. I can't imagine what this car is like on Ultimate Plus parts. I imagine that is a mad car to use. Johnny Tran, thank you for the inspiration. Your car is amazing. And yeah, I've got some more builds coming up. I've got a lot of cars in the garage stored away that you've not seen yet. And yeah, I'm going to bring out some more videos, hopefully within the next week. And yeah, if you like the content that I'm putting out, then be sure to subscribe, leave a like, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.